Hello and welcome to episode 47 of the Long Distance Stitchers. My name is Megan,
I'm also Megan.
and yeah, this is our channel about cross stitch. Wow, 47. We should do something for our 50th. I don't know what, but if we remember.
Will that
Coming up.
be our Stitch North wrap up?
Oh, maybe. Because it'll be February would be 48, end of March would be 49. No, well, it would be
Depends
before
on
Stitch.
when we
Yeah,
do it.
maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe. We play our cards
We'll
right.
see.
If we do another 6 weeks between the next two. Yeah. I haven't, I feel like, actually, it was funny because I was thinking about what I was going to show, and I was like, oh my God, I barely stitched on anything. And then I remembered I actually have three finishes. So, but I mean, two of them are quirky quakers, but
We'll still finish it.
there's still finishes. I just like, I genuinely, and I also was like trying to remember like between doing the whip parade and now, I was like, what have I even done? And it was like,
Mhm.
yeah, January just seems like it was like a blur to me. So,
There was a point at which I had finished everything I touched in January.
mm,
Changed, right? Eventually, I pulled out a whip that was too big to finish in a month, even if I had had the whole month.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I have several finishes to share. Again, most of which were not huge amounts of stitching on my part, but
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
I have stitched a lot this month, but that's because I have not been doing much else. So,
Yeah. Yeah. It's been too cold to go anywhere.
no, it hasn't. It's
For
it's
me.
warm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. No, but yeah, I did quite a bit.
Mhm.
All right. You
Okay,
you want to start with finishes or should I start?
you can start.
So one of the finishes that I have is actually a staff, and it was actually an embroidery project at my guild that I actually finished on the night of guild. And so it was this, we did a little ribbon embroidery.
Boot.
Can you see? Yeah. So they gave us a piece of felt and some ribbon, and then we did the like wagon wheel stitch for like the roses. It's so teeny. And then I just did like a little back stitch for my stems and my leaves. And then we got these little like these plastic pin things and you just
Oh,
like
okay.
cut out your felt and glue it on there and then you get yourself a little
That's
pin.
so cute.
So cute. And the ribbon embroidery was definitely like something that I would do again. And it's super simple, like not complicated, and it looks so nice. And um it the one thing that I had to keep like correcting was because like I always pull my stitches really tight. But for that kind of stuff, like you're looking for like a more like poofy kind of design. And like even these, and they're kind of squished now, but like I was like, oh, they don't look like flowers because I'm pulling them too tight, and I had to like keep going back. But yeah, it was really good. It was really fun. And yeah, like super easy to do to recreate. And then I had a Christmas finish. So I started this one I had already finished, and then I put this one on the same fabric. So this is the Quirky Quaker Cute La Shoshi from Diana. You know, the sun is gotta go.
It's
There we
good
go.
on the fabric.
And so I used the same red and green floss as from this Christmas pack, which was like a Cottage Garden Threads duo. And then there was like a blue Brittany needle that I used for this one. And then for this one, I used another Cottage Garden Marigold for the yellow. And it stitched up in like about 2 sessions. I started it on Christmas Day and then finished it like a week later, I think. And then my last finish, I finally finished my Squirrel Quirky Quaker. I started this one in June when I went to Saskatchewan because I wanted something to start on the plane. And I worked on it a little bit when I was there, and I was basically done. I just had like the top of the acorn and like a little bit of the doodads around the outside. And so I finally was just like, I just gotta finish it.
So good.
Some little Quakers.
So good. Okay. I have several finishes to share. The first one is no longer in my possession, so I will share a photo. This is um, Leela's Studio Autumn is as Joyful, so it's the Autumn Quaker. Um, this is Rachel's Autumn Quaker, because I did it as part of a round robin. So I stitched sort of this portion
Mm-hmm.
of it. You would have seen in the whip parade. I just had some things in here to finish, so I knocked those out and got it in the mail to Rachel. Um, I don't know if I've actually heard if it's arrived. I have mine back from Pam, but I have not put it in its appropriate bag to finish off. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't have it with me this morning because it's tucked away somewhere else. So I will figure out where it is at some point and finish it. I did put it on my Whip Go board for this year um, for a finish because I still have to do most of my part of the Quaker motifs and also finish the acorns. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all will see it when it gets called.
Mm-hmm.
And then my next one is a start and finish of my start of my round robin piece for our pentagonal round robin that we are doing. So Megan is in it as well as Helen, Trina, and Michelle B. Um, I don't think we've decided when we're going to send these or anything, but this
I
is
haven't started mine yet, so it's my plan. It's my plans for this one.
Helen's the overachiever because she did all those
Yeah,
borders, but she
those are
also
basically done. Yeah.
she sets herself a goal and she meets it. So
So.
motivational. This is Tracy Horner Ink Circle Seas and Greetings. So it's going to have a bunch of ships and other sea critters. So I started in the middle and I put in those beautiful narwhals. And then I've got it divided out. So there's 3 ships to stitch and then there's a border. So my friends get to pick what they want to do. And I think there's already been some dibs calling happening. And yeah, so that will make its way out whenever we decide to send them out. And then it will make its way back to me finished. Well, there's more initial spots on it than there are of you all stitching it. So I haven't decided what I'm
Oh,
going to do with those. Um, we'll see how it looks when it comes back, if I feel like it even needs anything there.
yeah.
And then my next 2 finishes are photos again for my team 14 count round robin. My finishes.
Oh
So,
yeah, because that one
so
was received.
yeah, so this is from the um, whip my whip or start my start type round
Mm.
robin that we did last year. So Michelle Main Moose Mama sent out 2 different projects that she wanted help finishing. So this is Florographica Hydrangea from Jan Hicks Creates. And she sent it out. She had done everything except the actual hydrangea flowers. Um, she was struggling with not having them come out stripy. So she sent them, and Michelle, Danielle, and I each did a chunk of the flowers on that one. And then the other one that she had sent out, well, maybe, here we go, was Eva Nora by Nora Corbett. And she had stitched the witch. She just really doesn't like beading. So she asked us to do the beading for her. So we happily did that. I don't think Mandy ended up doing any beading. I think Mandy did more of the flowers, and then Danielle and I did the beading, but turned out beautiful. And Michelle's very happy because it's 2 projects that she thought she would never finish. So we were happy to finish them for her.
Mhm.
Um,
I love that fabric. For that.
yeah, it's beautiful fabric. I don't actually know if I know what it was, but it was really nice to work on too. Um, and then my next 2 finishes were my WIPGO calls for January. So the first one was Miss Lucian's School for Girls, lesson 1, which I stitched on a 40 count so it can fit in the frame that Helen sent me home with from England. I had big plans of FFOing this yesterday, but I'm only working on my Octopus's Treasure Cave these days. You'll see.
Mhm.
So I did not FFO yesterday, uh, but I will get there. But yeah, I did a full color conversion and I just picked colors that suited the mood of the project.
Mhm.
And then I do not have noted down what the fabric is, but it's a 40 count, as I said. I think it's an Alberta dyer. I don't know if it's the Grateful Thread or somebody else, though.
Oh, okay.
I
It's
picked it
not
up.
Picture This Plus?
Pardon?
It wasn't a Picture This Plus? Or you?
This one wasn't. No,
Oh, you, yeah,
I
okay.
got this and a Picture This Plus at the same time from Embroidery Marketplace. But this
Mhm.
was not the Picture This Plus you will see, though, because it's what I'm going to be starting my data portraits in Paris
Gotcha.
on. And then my second finish from my Whip Go calls was drumroll, Cape Cod's Boys. So this was my third oldest project.
Yay!
Now it is no longer a whip.
The journey that this has had. It's been with us since the very beginning.
It has been. So I did a couple things. I made that crab much brighter.
Hmm.
And then, or maybe that's the only thing I changed the color of. Just
No, you changed
my
the
fish feel brighter, but
swirls or something.
oh yeah, I did the swirls in a different color because I didn't have the color for the swirls.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's what I did. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I'm like, ah.
Remember discussion of swirls.
Yeah.
So,
Um, there are a lot of crabs that are this color, but I live on the West Coast, and I know it's Cape Cod's Boys, but I see a lot more vibrant colored crabs in my beach wandering. So I made that crab orange.
cute.
I'm so pleased with it. So Cape Cod Girls is also on my Whip Go board for a finish. So when that one gets pulled and I have them together, I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with them because they should live their lives together. They're
Yeah.
slightly different sizes, not like significantly. So you can
Oh, okay.
probably frame them matching, but it does mean that you can't like necessarily mush them together because then it'll be a little
Mhm.
bit more obvious, but
Got
we'll see. Excuse me. Um, then the X Stitch the Rainbow folks told us what their X Stitch the Rainbow plans are for 2026. And I have not seen a chart that I don't want to buy yet. And then I was
it.
like, but I haven't done my 2025 or my 2024 X Stitch the Rainbow projects at all.
Okay.
And I still have pre existing ones.
I
Uh,
only did one autumn one, and I have a bunch more.
I did two autumn ones, but I do have a third pattern that I've never stitched. Yeah. So I felt like I had to do a little bit of homework before I could buy anything. So I pulled out from last year's Night Garden Catch and Release from Nuri at Shaded Stitchery. And I did this on a 20 count Ada. I don't know how my light's working here. Um, Probably better like that. 20 count Ada from Kaylee at the Sewing Shop. It's called Rainbow Road a la Mario Kart. Um,
Oh,
in the called for Threadworks. And I think it turned out beautifully. It's teeny tiny. I think it can fit in a 3x3 frame, which I'm not sure if I have any, but the next time I go to my local Michaels, I will hit up their teeny tiny frame section and
mhm.
find something for it so that it can be framed. It's so cute. Those dragonflies.
I do like it. I have that one too, I think. I haven't started any of mine yet.
Well, if you don't have it,
Pretty sure I do, but I have to look.
and then my last, so that was a start and finish. There's been a lot of start and finishes. More starts and finishes than non-starts and finishes. My last one is not a cross stitch project, but it is fiber arts related. I bought myself a rug cooking kit when I went to the Fiber Fest in town in September. And so I decided to do it. And it came together really fast. I definitely learned some things putting those houses together. And, you know, it's my first time, so I'm being gentle with myself. The landscape was a lot more forgiving. in terms of uh, how you filled it in. But I'm still not decided on if I am a rug hooker or if it's a one and done project for me. Um, yeah, I don't know. They also do them on linen, and I feel like linen would like it's would be, just be more structurally sound than the burlap because the
Oh,
burlap holes are quite large. And
yeah.
so I was struggling when I was only using one length of floss to keep it in the holes.
Right.
Whereas if you're using linen, you're punching the big hole as you go.
Right.
So yeah, I still have a punch needle kit that I bought for myself, which you get the same effect essentially, but you're working from the back of the fabric instead of the front of the fabric. So I should try that too and see. Um,
It's cute.
it's super cute. Um, I'm gonna have to see if I can get it into a frame. Um, that I already have. Otherwise, it's a Deanne Fitzpatrick, and she's based in Halifax. I want to say I don't know, somewhere East Coasty. Um, she sells frames for these, and they're actually like they're not a terrible price considering they're like
Okay.
handmade wooden frames. Um, but they come just a bit bigger to account for like this is supposed to be a 6x6 image, but so then to account for sort of the overflow. Um, yeah. But I'll see what I can do without having to buy something new because I definitely have 6x6 frames.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's it. That's all my finishes.
Wow.
Been a very busy bee.
Yeah. Learning new things.
Yeah, right.
I have one start we could talk about.
Sure. I also have one start that I did not finish. So,
Do you have the image or
oh,
maybe to share?
I do not have it prepared, but I can open it. Yes.
So I started Data Portraits in Paris, part two, which is a stitch along from our friend Nuri at Shaded Stitchery. And I have all of the flosses from our friend Jazz at Knitting Nurse. I think it's just called Knitting Nurse. Oh, well, I guess KN Yarns is there also Etsy shop name. These are my beautiful flosses, and they're so nice. And the fabric that I am doing mine on is an 18 count, one of a kind from Roxy Floss. And I got it at a Stitch North, and I think I just bought it because it looked nice, and I was like, you always need more neutrals. And then because Nuri gave like a suggestion of like something neutral and like here's a list of ones, and I had some of them, but like the dimensions of them were all like I would have to cut it or it was like whatever. So like this one is like almost perfect. It just has like a little bit of extra fabric on the bottom. And then she also said to start in the middle, which is what I did. So you
Yeah, so
start.
I've got the drop one picture here we can share. So that is what the first drop is going to look like.
Yeah, it is.
And it's over like 11 weeks or something, maybe more.
Yeah, so it's like starting February 1st today, and then going until yeah.
Yeah, it goes for quite a while. So like
The drops are
really well sized.
like I'll finish this as soon as we're done here, basically.
Yeah, Helen already did her beaded first drop and posted it on Instagram. So, um, yeah, it'll be good. I will be starting mine. Might as well just talk about it now. I have one of the called for, which is Picture This Plus Legacy. I'm doing it on 40 count. And as we've talked about before, I believe I'm also going to restitch Data Portraits in Paris 1. So I bought 2 sets of Jazz's gloss. Um, so there's a set. And then I have added to my other set, and then I'll see how the colors work out as I go. But just a few of the remainders from the 2024 Stitch for Pride. to do the purple and the pink, but they're also Jazz's floss. So I thought that that was
Yeah.
appropriate. So this will be a lot of fun to do them in tandem with each other. And then they will come out similarly sized. This one is slightly bigger than the first one.
Yeah.
But again, I'll figure out how to frame them together once I have them done. If they're sized enough that one just has a bit more room, or if I get two matching but different size frames,
Mhm.
how it goes. But yeah, so I will be starting that later today, and knocking out two sections. I also need to divvy up the first one to a
Yeah.
smaller number of sections. So that will probably be my first task, and then the stitching. So
I didn't.
that's a plan for me, not a start.
That's a plan.
It'll be a start.
It will be a start later today. I did my first one on 16 count, so and I'm doing this one on 18 count, so I think they'll work out because I think on 18 it's like less than 8, and I know my other one is like an 8 by 8 pretty much perfectly, so it should be good.
Um, and then I have a start. I didn't open the photo for it. Um, I'm not going to. And I just realized that I should actually take it somewhat out of the Q snap so that you can see the fullness of my start. So team 14 count. As we were wrapping up the last of our 2025 projects over the last couple weeks, I put out an innocent question in the morning before going to work one day. And by the time I looked at my Instagram again at the end of the day, not only were we doing another round robin, but pattern was picked, it was divided into four, and off we were going. So we're doing modern folk embroidery in friendship Quaker sampler. And so in the middle on the original, it has two and then initials from initials. And Danielle recharted it with our initials in here. Danielle's is still going to say two from because hers will say two, like Danielle's initials from MMM for Michelle, Megan, and Mandy,
Oh, that's
which
cute.
is super cute. It doesn't work the same way for the rest of us. But
Yeah.
and so I'm stitching the first section plus a little bit of section 3 because the symbols in what Danielle recharted for some reason, even though when she sent us the mock-ups from Pattern Keeper of the 4 sections, when she sent us the recharted version of the PDF, and we all purchased the pattern. We are not sharing a PDF, but she recharted it. Just
Mhm.
to be upfront, this was in the wrong. It had the wrong symbol in it somehow. We're not sure what happened because definitely the screenshots had it in the other section. So Mandy gets a little bonus from me. And so then there's a motif here with a bird and then another Quaker over here that I'll stitch. And then I will be done and ready to pass mine.
Love this color combo.
Yeah, so this is an Aurora. Maybe it's just Aurora. I saw the tag. Yes, Aurora from Kaylee at the Sewing Shop, which I find so funny because then I asked her to make all those Aurora fabrics for us. She had already done Auroras, but
Yeah, she did.
I love what she
I
did.
have a 14 count version of it from before.
This is 14 count as well. And then the floss is from a Silks for You Hank. And the color, like the tone on tone color combo,
Yeah.
just is beautiful. And then we're going to be doing our initials for each other in the color from our.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So if you've seen on Instagram, Michelle has posted her start. She's doing it on a red fabric with a navy blue sulky, and it looks amazing. I don't know if Mandy has posted her start yet, but she's got a gray fabric and she's got a like black to pink variegated from Pirate and Robin.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's okay.
I think that's the
Um,
name.
I'm like, is that the right order? And then Danielle is taking inspiration from some other project with like springy colors. So Danielle's is going to be in 4 different colors.
Mhm.
Hers, but it's going to be like springy pink, yellow, green, blue. Um, I think she has not started it yet because she's still playing around with where she wants each of those colors to go because it's not going to be like each of us stitches in one of those colors. She wants it
Sure.
spread throughout the pattern. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be a lot of fun. And
Um,
I will not get back my 2025 round robin piece until Stitch North because Danielle's coming to Stitch North weekend 2 this year. She abandoned her weekend one friend, so
I
said she would come to
know.
our Stitch North weekend, and
I
so
feel so
so
honored.
exciting to meet her in
Yeah,
person.
me too. It's so funny because every year she's like, I can't leave my weekend one, folks. And we're like, we respect it. Like, right? Like, no one was being like, no, you have to come. But then, like, this year she was like, you know what? Come in a weekend too. And we're like, yay.
Yeah. Yeah. Going this year,
Yes, you are.
boss
Better.
knows. There's no canceling. It's
There's
all,
no canceling.
even though I'm leaving the day after a pretty big thing at work, but it's fine. It's fine.
I'll be fine. They'll figure it out.
It's the day after, not the
Yeah.
day before. There's not things to do after. No, it's okay. Have you worked on anything else this month?
I did. I worked on many things. Well, no, four things, but I worked on them a lot. Um, I don't have the picture of this because I don't have my iPad with me, but that's fine. You guys know what it looks like. We've seen it enough. So this is my magic forest from Stitchy Princess Katarina. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, that sun has got to go. It's so nice, but it doesn't help. I can't remember exactly where I was at the whip parade. I feel like I had maybe started this pond and mermaid situation. I think I had my frog and my bunnies. But yeah, so I did my cattails. I'm starting my little fox. The cattails are one stitch lower than they're supposed to be, so I'm gonna have to fudge my water when the time comes, but it'll be fine. At least I realized that early and didn't count things off of there because that would have been annoying. But yeah, I was supposed to finish this in January. It was called for Whip Go, and my goal was a finish. It's February 1st. But you know what? Things happen. It's fine. It's fine.
You'll get there.
We'll get
It
there.
was a 12-month project.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even start my other call from January Whip Go, so listen. And then this was a Monopoly call, which again, I don't have a picture, but everyone knows what this looks like. And it's almost done. So this is from Yalda to Noruz from Maruni Designs. I had two bands left and to fill in these thingies. So I did one band, I did this one, which was two bands that I put together. So it was the poppies and then the daffodils and the, are they bees or butterflies? I don't remember.
Bees.
Bees, yeah. And then yeah, so I did one on each side and then I did a row of
So good.
which worked out really well. I love the colors that I chose. And then the bottom one is the one with there was like a song. So it's like more um,
Text.
text, yeah, but it's like in
Yeah.
is it Farsi? I should know this. Yes, it's Farsi. Okay, yeah, which I decided to do that one at the bottom because I did that one was the top row, so I wanted to do that one for the bottom row. Very poetic. And then I was just filling in. I was debating if I was going to change the little people ones in here, and I'm not going to. I'm just going to stitch them as done. So that's why I was like waiting so long to do it. But yeah, so I only have one band left and two little boxes.
So close.
I could have finished it the other day, and then I decided to do a bunch of housework instead. So
I mean, that's also part of life.
yeah, and then I just sat there for like another week. Such is life. And I also worked on my Quaker pumpkins a little bit more. So I had done 700 stitches in this pumpkin for Monopoly, and it got called again for 300 stitches, and it's still not done. And I even did 300 stitches and then a little bit after that, and I still have my tangling thread because I was like, I need to go do something else. But yeah, I only have like one little corner here left to do, and then this stem. And then there's a bunch of like smaller kind of doodads around here that I think I'll do. Like I'll finish like this side of it and then move everything over and then
Makes
start it on
sense.
the other side.
Will you do the words as well before you move it?
I'm gonna do the words because I do really like them. I like how they look. But I'm gonna do the border. I might skip like the top border and maybe the side border.
You don't need those.
I don't feel like I need those, but I am gonna do like this one line just to like separate the thing, and because it helps with counting over.
And it gives it like the pumpkins are on a surface, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I think I'm just gonna do like the words like right under this, and because I think it's a double border, I think they're in like another like box or
So,
something.
if I remember correctly.
But yeah, so that, and I mean, I do love how it looks. I'm just sort of picking colors with my heart. I
Hmm.
just grabbed a bunch of autumn ones. And then the last one I worked on, I don't have the picture either. I just started working on this yesterday. This got called for Monopoly and February WIPGO. So this is Strawberry Fields Forever from the Magical Mystery Tour series. Is that what it's called? Yeah. So this is by Blackbird Designs. This is now my oldest WIP, aside from that like season dimension kit one that I have, which because I got so the call from Monopoly was like 500 stitches on your oldest WIP, but like the other one is like basically just back stitching and like some stitches. So I was like, I don't feel like
You
doing
don't want to have to count that.
back stitching. Yeah. So I decided to do this one, and I feel like I could finish this house with my 500 stitches for sure. I did some of these uh vines and stuff as well yesterday.
So good.
It's on 28 count vintage beige, I think is what it is. And then it's some of the DMC and some colors that I just chose because when I picked this back up after not working on it in a while, and I was like, oh, this color is this. And then I went and looked in my bag of floss and I did not have that color, which meant that I had picked a different one. So then I had to figure out which one I picked for my windows on my house. And I was like, oh, what was I thinking? I should have written this down.
Notes to self? What?
I was like, and honestly, it's harder to tell the color on the front, so I always compare it to the stitches on the back because then I can like see how like the little bit of thread that's left over is like easier to tell the color than like comparing it to like a single stitch. But pretty sure I picked the right color. I guess we'll see.
It looks good. So you picked the
Yeah,
right
it
color.
looks good. And
Yeah.
like when I started it, 28 count was like intimidating, and now I'm like, oh my God, this is so easy. Like it's stitches so much faster now
Put a
than
treat
when
to
I first
yourself.
started. Yeah, like it's been 3 years, so I have developed some skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I worked on.
So I've got three more whips that I've worked on. First, I pulled out No Time Like the Present because it had a birthday this month. And when I had picked this back up, so in 2024, when it was a year long stitch along, I had done all of January in January, and then I didn't stitch on it in February, and then I had picked it back up in March, and so I've been doing February and March. And so now February is completely done, and March is done, other than like there's a bunch of moon in here and this little bit here. Like this is the bottom of March on this side.
Mhm.
So I had both of them done all the way over here. I was working on it and I thought I'd get March done before I put it away, but then I was rage stitching all that blue fill-in. So it was time for it to go away. It will come back out again this year at some point, hopefully, because my intention is to be done April by the end of this year. And then it's a third done. But it's actually more than a third because I forgot that it's only 10 months. So if I wanted to be really nice to myself, I could count down how many rows is actually a third and then cut it off there. Because I was like, oh, I won't be able to put this into markup. But then I was just poking around. I was going to download something else off of Jacob's site, and I saw that there was a Pattern Keeper version.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it must have been my in friendship.
Oh, yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Um, so I've got it in Pattern Keeper now. But that doesn't tell you the months. So then it's like,
Oh, right, because it's not, yeah, it's just the
um,
pattern.
and it's not Pattern Keeper. I have it in its markup, but yeah. Um, so good.
Oh,
So yeah, so if I wanted to actually be a third, I could just stitch it until it told me it was 33% done.
cool.
Um, Last weekend, Helen and I worked on our angels together, and I put it on scroll rods. These were a gift from Anna that Megan brought for me last year, and then I didn't put her on the scroll rods because I didn't want to travel with her this way. I had to trim down the sides, which was a little terrifying, even though, like, look at that space I
Yeah.
have between the
And
legs. Like,
you know
I
it's
had
not
so
getting any
much room.
yeah. Yeah.
um, and I've gotten, but I haven't put it on yet. I've gotten clamps because even though she like is like the full length of the thing, um, you still notice the lack of the pull on
Oh,
the
sure.
side.
Yeah.
And so because she's now on scroll rods, I focused last weekend on putting in her halo, the beads in her hair, and then I started on the globe or ball or whatever it is that she's holding it. I call it her crystal ball. I don't think
Mhm.
it's meant to be a crystal ball, but
Sure.
she's
What
so
else?
pretty.
Yeah, it looks
That
amazing.
halo like changes
Halo,
the vibe
it
so
really
much.
sets it off. Totally.
Yeah, so I'm so excited. And then I will be able to just keep working down, putting the beads in. I won't have to worry about Q-snap clamps.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
I just hand basted her on there, no problem. I don't know why I avoided scroll rods for so long because that was
Oh,
easy peasy.
yeah, you didn't need one,
Yeah.
but you definitely needed one for this project.
And then speaking of things that should probably go on scroll rods now, I have been hyper focused. So I pulled out my Octopus's Treasure Cave again because it had a birthday in January. Started it last year for my new start project, which I didn't do one of those this year. Um, and my goal for this year was to get all of the cross stitching done, so that I just have beading left. But like when I tell you I am hyper focused on this, so I pulled it out and I was like, oh, I'll put it in the jellyfish. I'll do the right, like, because the pattern was a class pattern, so it's broken up into, you do the outside border first, grapevine, and then you do this like jellyfish and this seaweed. And I was like, I'll do that and then I'll put it away for now. And then I just kept going. I added these little coral friends. Like there's all sorts of different corals going on. And like that's a section with the octopus. And then because of how I had it, I was like, I have to move it anyway. So I think I'll come down and save the octopus. So now the whole bottom is done except for beads. So everything inside of the frame is stitched except for the octopus. And so, like with the back stitching and everything, it just
It
needs
looks so good.
beads.
The
It's
colors are
so good.
just,
Like it's popping so well, and like all the little fancy stitch, like it just like, and I mean, I knew it looked good because I looked at
yeah.
the picture, but like when you're stitching it, you're not sure. And like the chart, the color choices are weird. Like these little, whatever these are meant to be at the bottom, health shelf things, is in like a bright orange on the charting. So like when
Okay.
that color is in these other things too, you're like, but that's not really what it looks like. But then you pull the actual color and it's like, oh no, it's a very pale orange. It's not a bright orange at all. Um, so just interesting choices with the charting, I think. Then so there's beads on these outside corners, but there's shells and some more fancy stitch things to make like little sand dollars and smaller shells at each of these points. So I think I will do those next and then come back and do the octopus, because then I can bead the octopus as I do him too. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And then at that point, I might as well just put in the rest of the beads and finish it this year. So
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm gonna start my dad of portraits in Paris today, but then I will probably finish my dad of portraits in Paris today. And I might just keep on it. But I might also put it on a set of scroll rods so that then I can do the beading and not
Yeah.
worry about it. Also, like now that all these fancy stitches are in here, I either have to put on a giant Q snap or I have to smush them to get
Yeah.
to the shells on the outside. So
Scroll on.
love it so much.
It looks so good.
Eight.
What fantastic fabric. What an excellent
I
job.
dyed this myself. I saw a picture online of somebody else who had done it on a blue because it calls for black. Um, who had done it on a dark blue. And so I couldn't find one that I liked. So I dyed like 3 or 4 different pieces. And so I
Yeah,
got one that I wanted, and it looks so good.
it looks so good. Perfect.
Mhm. That's all the stitching.
Wow.
Mhm. Have you bought anything that you want to share with the great people of Flosstube?
I bought one thing. I did get the Shiba Designs Shiba box from Melissa. Um,
So cute.
re uh, reverse shout out to the postage company that didn't want to bring it to my house, and sent it back to her, and then she had to send it with Canada Post anyway. Whatever, it's fine. I told her, I was like, I'm not worried about it getting here. Like, don't worry about me. Like, I know you'll get it to me eventually, but yeah. So, but yeah, so she did. This was, I feel like there was like a pre-order
There was
thing.
a pre-order for
Yeah, which I totally didn't even see happening, and then she was like, "Oh, like however many left or whatever, whatever," and I was like, "What? I want one." So you get a bag first of all, a beautiful Shiba bag with little Shiba Inus on it. You get a floss from Handmade by Rolanda, which is this is called Drama Queen, but it's like it's the
Well,
perfect
I
shape.
think it's because Shebas are drama queens.
That's true, they are.
I think it's on theme.
And then you get two patterns. So there's one from Tiny Modernist.
So cute. Oh, it's upside down.
Little puppies. And then there's a Quirky Quaker Shiba, which it's just like the pattern. It's not, there's no cover photo, but yeah.
Mhm.
And then all like, fun things. This cute bag. And there's like a tea and a little needle minder
Good needle minder.
and a notepad and a sticker. And I think that's it. And then some others. I think there's like more stickers. But yeah. And then there's like this like drawing of a yeah. So if you didn't know, Melissa really likes Shibas, and that's her.
There were no clues of it before now, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's yeah. But yeah, I'm excited to stitch my little Shibas. I think some people already have. I think I've seen finished ones. Um, that was the only thing I bought, and I bought it a while ago. I just didn't talk about it on the book crate.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got the goodies package from that. I didn't get the full kit, but I've got the
Oh, okay.
patterns, and all the goodies. I just don't have the bag. Essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And you love a good
what I got.
Melissa bag.
I think it's tucked safely away wherever I also tucked away my autumn Quaker.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure I know where they are upstairs. I just
yeah.
didn't think to grab them. I feel like I've probably had Kaylee stuff come in the in between times since we last filmed a non. Yeah, I must have. I think it's all been put away because I was going through fabric and
Yeah.
stuff. Um, yeah, the only thing that I have in my purchases is I got off of the Canadian Facebook cross stitch buy and sell a full kit of the Grand
Ooh.
Sage. It is a needlepoint kit, which is something that every once in a while I go and I go, would I like needlepoint? Now I'll find out. But I had bought this pattern also, like just the pattern book, because Dimensions used to release some of their
Oh yeah.
patterns as just patterns, which I wish they would do that still. Um, but when I saw this come up and I was looking at the price and I was like, by the time I kit up with fabric and everything,
Yeah.
the cross stitch one, it would cost similar to what this is being sold for. And this should theoretically not take as long to do as a cross stitch one due
Mhm.
to the nature of the, other than that, the cross stitch one comes with black, like calls for black fabric, and you have to do the black in here. But it's got
Oh,
the beads and the little star shaped sequins, which I would have had to source for the other one. And it's got everything I need.
yeah.
All in there. When will I start it? I don't know. Maybe I should work on my other Dimensions kits first. But I also didn't know when I was going to start the other one. But yeah. And if anybody desires to stitch this guy for themselves, I know where you can get a cross stitch pattern. Just saying.
Putting it out
Yeah.
there.
Otherwise, I'm just making a lot of plans for what I'm going to buy. And I gotta figure out who I'm gonna place my pre-order with for needle market, whatever the thing is. It's just all beneath the waves. That's all I'm getting is
I'm
beneath
gonna
the
get,
waves stuff.
yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna get Beneath the
everything
Waves.
else.
I'll probably order from Kimet because, and I think there will probably be a March Peel Stitch In that they'll probably be at, and maybe I'll be able to pick up my stuff from them there. I don't know. If not, they're also doing a Stitch Day in June. Like, I'm not gonna start them anytime soon, so it doesn't really matter when I get them,
Yeah. Um,
realistically.
it sounds like Mr. Frame is going to market, so
Yeah,
maybe I will reach out to them.
perhaps.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm afraid for myself because I haven't seen a beneath the wave pattern that I don't want yet.
I thought you were not looking at any of them. I thought
Except
you
that they keep coming to me.
it's
They keep
targeted
getting thrown in my face. Very
I've only seen I've only seen the octopus one. That's the only
mm.
like full one that I've seen. And then I've seen like sneak peeks from other people that I'm just like, of course. Um
Nuri's is she put the full pictures on her Patreon. So if you're a patron, you have seen them. I've seen behind the scenes of Michelle's, and she just posted yesterday the start, and you can see the
starting
couple like
again.
her little bubbles. They're so perfect. Um, I accidentally opened an email from Thine Frog Stitching yesterday, in which
Oh,
she visually attacked me. I might have deleted it actually. Let me take a look. If I haven't deleted it, I'll show you.
so funny.
I'll look for it afterwards. It
I'm
I just there's so much. There's so
and
much.
it's
The
yeah,
color palette,
colors,
and I
colors
just
are amazing.
mm,
It's all ocean themed, which is like
right,
right up our street.
right.
So,
It
no,
just
it's
feels
targeted
very
for us.
personally aggressive.
Yeah. I feel attacked. Um, Whatever. It's fine. I have plenty of money. It's not like I'm doing anything else.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not the
yeah,
money; it's the time. Like
yeah, it's the time. It's like,
these are the things I have started. Then,
yeah,
if you go down here,
no,
there's all the
realistic.
stuff I have
Yeah.
to to start.
I know,
Like,
I'm like, I worked on 4 things this month that I've had that have been whips for so long and they're still not done. It's like,
mhm, yeah,
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know what else I'm gonna get. I feel like I'm gonna get that teapot one from Cheryl at Tiny Modernist just because it is so cute and
I have
whatever.
two or
I
three
just
other tea
love
related things from
collecting
her
her
though.
patterns, even if I never stitch them.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
no,
why I'm still in her Patreon. I was in it and then I left because I'm like, I haven't stitched a single thing.
yeah,
And then she got me in June. And then have I even started that? No. And then I'm just hoarding. I'm hoarding digitally
yeah,
and physically.
and physically.
Yeah.
Um,
I will
yeah,
say that if you haven't yet seen the drops that are starting to show up for the Cupid Collective, Deanna's Quirky Quaker
just saw it. Yeah,
is perfect. It's a little love letter. So I will be getting that. I gotta go take a look. I suspect like last year there was at least one Vancouver based um, place to donate to. Right,
oh,
like I'm sure make sure that there's local things in there, and so that would be the localist to me. So that's probably where I will donate, assuming there's one again for the Cupid Collective. If you're not aware of the Cupid Collective, it's 6 or 7 cross stitch designers. These 20 stitches, Deanna at Darling Whimsy, Michelle Bendy, um, X Stitch Love,
I'm just
Cross
so.
Stitch the Globe. Is that her designer name too? Does she go by something else for that?
Oh, is it Dara? Oh no,
That's
that's World on its. Yeah, okay.
yeah. Anyways, several really good humans do love themed patterns. And then it is a buy donation.
I have it. Bendy Stitchy, Soft Girl Stitches, Cross Stitch the Globe, Sprouting Lupin, Stitch X Love, Darling and Whimsy, and D's 20 Stitches.
There we go.
Only available February 1st to February 14th.
Yeah. Yeah. So time limited. Get your donations in so that you can get those patterns. Have I stitched any of the ones from last year? Nope. Will that stop me from getting again this year? Nope. It's for a good cause. And then the other things that I have, oh, I can pull them. I should pull them, so I have them, are my Whip Go calls. So
Yeah.
I have to, in February, finish my dinosaur forest, which, as we know, is not quite 50% done, but I'm up for a challenge. I will take it. It's 32 count, so it's probably good airplane stitching for my work-related travels. And then the other one that got called is my Van Gogh Never Met the Fellowship. And my goal for it is to get it to 25%. And I forget what it was at. I think it's like halfway to 25% maybe. So
Yeah, like 12 or something.
yeah. So I'm 10 stitching that. So it goes pretty quick. I just have to sit with it and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your Whip Go calls, you have the Strawberry Fields. What is your other Whip Go call?
So for January, I'm still going to try to finish the Magical Forest. That was the goal. And then I was going to do 10 hours on my Treasure Island, which I
Okay.
haven't even touched. And then for February, it was Strawberry Fields Forever. It was actually going to be a finish, which I think I could do, but maybe not in February. But I don't think I'll put it away until I finish it. Like that's the plan. And then it was 10 hours on my Dragons and Apples Sal, which I started. I didn't work on it at all last year.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
We
even though
did
I
not
was,
see it in the whip parade.
and I was reading Iron Flame, and I was like, oh, I want to work on my dragon cross stitch again. So maybe I mean, I still haven't read Onyx Storm, so maybe I'll like get the audiobook of that and then like work on it while I'm, yeah.
It's like
But
almost 30 hours. So you would get so much done if you,
it's so much
even if you listen at 2 times speed, that's more than 10 hours.
yeah. Which I don't think I could keep up with it if it's too fast. But anyway, and it's my goal for February was just going to be 10 hours on that one. Or my goal when it gets called was going to be 10 hours. So, but that will still be a lot of progress. And then I also have my round robin here. So I'm going to do Forest of Zeg from Ink Circles, which is this fun weird forest vibes. And then it's going to be on this 32 count Highland from Picture This Plus. And I didn't have the called for cottage gardens, but I had other cottage gardens. So these are going to be my flosses.
It's gonna look so good.
And I have divided up the pattern into 5 relatively even sections. And I'm going to do the bigger one in the middle before I send it off. So that's something I
I
need
like
to.
I like that you're doing the bigger one in the middle, whereas I gave myself a very small section on mine. It's
Well,
just
it's
how
my
it worked out.
favorite. Yeah, it's my favorite part. It's not right in the middle. It's like this
Yes.
part and then just like underneath it, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah, like it. And I need to start it because we have to decide when we're sending these out. But I should at least have it started.
Well, I feel like um, one of our 5 doesn't even know what they're stitching yet. So we should give some gentle nudging to our friends.
But I mean, I should start it at least in the meantime. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the plan for this month. And then I don't really have any other like small things to work on. Like everything I have left is pretty big. So it's just going to be progress, I think, for the next little while rather than finishes. Well, no, like I want to finish Magical Forest and I want to finish Strawberry Fields. So those may or may not be finishes next video. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see when we come back together where we are all at.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have covered everything we needed to chat with you about this one.
This will be a quick one. Relative.
Thanks so much, everybody, for hanging out with us. We will see you in roughly a month. I don't know what my March travel plans entail yet. I know I will be traveling, so but you'll see us when you see us. Bye, friends.